I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. Come on in, everyone. I told you I was going to come back and give y'all the hot topics, and so that is what we are here for. If y'all can hear me, let me know by putting your city, your state, wherever you are from into the chat. That way I can give you a shout out real quick. And I know that I can be heard because I think that my intro just skipped. I was listening to it. It sounds like it jumped a couple of times. So if you can hear me, let me know. Please tell me in the chat. What's up, everybody? Come on in. I see Arkansas, Cleveland, Seattle, Washington. Anybody that you see with a purple wrench behind their name, they are the moderators. What's up, Lady D Keys? Welcome. Thank you for coming through. What's up, Clone in the House? Thank you for coming through. See, it says Cleveland. Sheila, thank you. Okay, y'all, I got a lot to cover. Hopefully y'all saw my review for Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 12. I did that a little earlier today, okay? I see you said you can hear me. Thank you very much. What's up, Compton? Thank you. I appreciate that. Delois says she can hear me. Shreveport, Charlotte, Alabama, Lansing. What's up? What's up? Buttercup. This is Linda Gamble. What's up, Linda Gamble? Thank you for coming through. Okay, so listen, y'all, we're going to get started because it is late, okay? And I want to keep everybody. So y'all saw the artwork, right? Put it back up. We got Angela Simmons, Martell Holt, okay? Jaguar, right? We also got a couple of other hot topics. I'm going to let you guys know what's going on with all of them, though, okay? And then y'all can talk to me in the comments. Y'all can talk to me in the comments and let me know what y'all think about everything. So I do want to say this. This is a PSA, okay? I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to what's going on with the current administration and Harvard University. Have y'all been paying attention? So the current administration said they don't want any international students or foreign students to be at the college, and they're making all kinds of threats and saying that the college won't be accredited and all this other stuff unless they follow directions. So you have been paying attention. So right now, Harvard has made a statement where they are saying they are going to give free classes, free classes in civics to anybody who wants to take them. They're going to literally do an online course and air it, and all you have to do is sign in, okay? And I guess you can get your credentials, but they are really trying to get people to focus on what's happening in the current administration and the government, and let you know that some of this shit may not be, on par. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So we need to pay attention and stay focused. They are teaching civics, literally. They said they're going to go through and start teaching everything about civics, because the one thing that Americans don't know, even though we live here, is we don't know civics. We don't know the history of the country. Everybody outside the country do. Everybody outside the country is protesting. We are not. So they are trying to get people to pay attention and focus on what's happening, because there's so many things that's happening and no one's doing anything about it, including the people that we voted to sit in those seats to keep checks and balances on things. So they're not doing that. So they're saying, F it. We're just going to start giving these classes for free. So if you want your certificate from Harvard, okay, if you want to say, yeah, I took a couple of classes at Harvard, you can, okay? I'm going to do it. I'm going to let y'all know when I'm doing it. And I'm even going to talk about the class in my back room. So I think this is important. I think that we are experiencing something that we haven't experienced in our lifetimes before. So this is important shit, okay? A lot of people keep saying we can just teach our kids and we can show them. You don't know enough to teach your kids. I promise you, you don't know enough. So I think this is something we should be taking advantage of, in particular Black women, because y'all know how we do. Okay? But yeah, we got to start doing this, okay? We got to start doing this. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. That's my PSA. Now we're going to get into the hot topics, okay? First up, I'll do something fun. I don't know if you guys watch House of Villains. House of Villains is an excellent show. My best season, the season I thought was the best, was the one with Phaedra Parks and Sheree. That was an excellent season. You should go back. Phaedra did her big one. In fact, I think Phaedra single-handedly put that show on the map for a lot of people that were watching Housewives and things. They didn't really watch House of Villains because they didn't think it was our thing. But Phaedra's little bitty self, child, she made it almost to the end, almost left with the bag, but she got found out. Anyway, y'all should be watching because the next season for the US, hold on one second, let me turn my phone off. They have several different they have like a House of Villains England and a House of Villains, wherever country. Phaedra put the House of Villains for the United States on the map, and they have unveiled the next season. I think the last season had, who was in it? It was from Real Housewives of Potomac. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? There was a lady from Real Housewives of Potomac who was on last season. She was awful, though. Robin Dixon. Robin Dixon was on season 2. Season 3, though, is going to have Tiffany Pollard. Y'all know her, New York. We're also going to have Deetra from Mob Wives and Jackie Christie, of all people, from Basketball Wives. They go through these really strenuous activities. I don't see Jackie sticking around, child. She put on a waist trainer one day and damn near passed out after 2 minutes. So I don't see her sticking around. But I do see Tiffany Pollard sticking around. Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome. Come on in. Cookie, Sherry, Tasha. Child, I'm blind. So just so y'all know, I'm over here squinting. But welcome, everybody. Just hit that like button. Share the video. Share the video. Clone, don't laugh at me, okay? You know how I do. Oh, Safari won last season? Okay. Safari won last season. I'm going to have to go back and watch that one because honestly, Robin was getting on my nerves. Every time I turned around, she was like, I'm positive. And she was always wrong. So I didn't end up watching that one, but I had no idea Safari won. Okay, cool. Safari got some change then. Oh my goodness. All right. Anyway, I thought this was cool. So they are bringing in the people that really, people want to watch. So that was cool. Anyway, let's get to the next story. Let's see who else we need to talk about. All right, let's talk about Monique, the comedian, and her son, child. Listen, this is why they tell you not to get in family business, okay? Look at Monique and her son, the one that they were into it just last year. She was calling him mother truckers and all kinds of stuff when she was on stage, saying his little ass was spoiled and how she and her husband did everything for him and he's a dirty dog, no good liar. And he was on, I think, TikTok saying his mama didn't raise him, that Monique didn't raise him, attributing, his life to some other woman and child stuff that would got you popped in the mouth. If you stuff that would get you popped in the mouth if he was in front of somebody for real. But they were talking grimy about each other. And now here they are hugged up. Okay. Hugged up like they ain't never fought before. Happy. Because he said he was never going to talk to his mama again. And here he is with Sydney. Says Sydney was a piece of trash. said that his life ain't been right since Sydney entered it, okay? But here they are doing their thing like a family. And this is why you don't get in family business, because family will cuss each other out like they were strangers in the street, like you don't even know them. Am I right? Okay. I done heard plenty of family call each other out their name, wish themselves dead, all kinds of shit. And at the end of the day, you can't get in between it. There's a bond there that you will never break up. So people be saying, oh my goodness, he should never talk to his mama again. Child, here he is cheesing and probably asked her for a check. Okay, let's be serious. But yeah, this is just proof. I'm happy that these two are together. He has a talented mama. Monique, I know people love her as a comedian, but I love her as an actress more. I think she is an amazing actress. And I hate that she was blackballed and we did not get to see a lot of her talents when she was much, much younger. You know what I'm saying? But she does her thing in every movie that she's been in. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying. These kids have no respect. I was just thinking the same thing. Yes, stay out of family mess. Absolutely. Stay out of family mess. I don't care what they say to each other. When the time comes for them to come together, they will come together and do what they're supposed to do. And right now, this young man is sitting in this photo with his mother and stepfather, I'm assuming, smiling, okay, like they ain't never fell out. He needed mental health, unbathed, unkept, but kept confessing his love for his child. Those are all things that Monique said. She said, y'all don't really know what's going on. I know this young man. I have worked with him. I have given him money. I've put him through rehabs and all kinds of stuff, but people just don't know. But anyway, Monique titled this photo Grateful. She's grateful to have her family here. That's still her son. It does not matter what they say about each other. That's still her son and that's still his mama. Okay. But I just thought it was great. I just like to see people, you know, put their burdens down and move on. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's talk about this, child. Another one. Trump has reportedly pardoned NBA young boy who had broke his probation. He is a felon, and he was not supposed to have a pow on him, and he did, so he went to jail. Now, I do want to ask y'all before I even move any further, do y'all know the difference between a pardon and a commuted sentence? I like to teach when I do my stuff. Does anybody know the difference between a pardon and a commuted sentence? Because this is important. Trump pardoned a bunch of people, and then he commuted the sentences for two people. Yes. No, I do not. Okay, Clone says she doesn't know. Clone is my sister, by the way. We got the same mama, same daddy. Okay, so listen. A pardon sentence means everything is erased. So all those people that you see on the list, John G. Rowland, Kentrell Golden, that's actually NBA Youngboy. But NBA Youngboy who went to prison for a pow charge, already an ex-felon. John G. Rowland, who was a governor from Connecticut, he actually had a whole bunch of fraud, like wire fraud, all kinds of financial fraud, things like that. Michael Grimm, New York rep, same thing. It was some sort of fraud charge. Kevin Eric Baisden, Mark Brashaw, Todd and Julie Christie, Tanner Mansell, they all received a pardon, which means it's like they never went to prison. On paper, it never happened. Never happened. And a commute means that the charges stay. It will follow them for the rest of their life. They just get to leave jail. Okay. So just so y'all know, when you hear the words pardon and everything else, everybody that you see at the top who went to jail for financial crimes and was snaking the system, government, they all got out on a pardon like it never happened. It never happened, including the Chrisleys, who I think had like over $30 million worth of financial fraud. Never happened. And Todd is home right the hell now. Okay. Todd Chrisley is home right now, already soaking in a bubble bath. I don't even think his wife is home yet, but Todd is home. They still owe $17 million that they did not pay back. Sentence never happened. Now, I don't know how it's going to play out for them in regards to the Chrisleys. I don't know if they're going to be forced to pay, but they do that right now. The jail time is erased from their record. Okay, erased completely. He's pardoning those that he planned on using. Possibility, child. There's two commutes, Michael Harris and Larry Hoover. Y'all know Larry Hoover has been in jail since 1973. He was the leader or founder of a gang called the Disciples, and he is 74 years old right now. This all happened in Illinois, I believe, but he had to serve 200 years in prison. He's 74 years old, already served 5 decades. He received a commute. At this time, Illinois has not released him. He is still in jail, and I guess they're going to try to figure out how to move forward. This is coming from the President of the United States. Okay. Larry Hoover is married. His wife, I think her name is Wendy Hoover. What else do I know about them? She's 71 years old. Now, she hasn't been in the forefront begging for his release or asking for release. His son has, though. He does have a young son, and the son has asked for his release. And last year, I believe there was a concert that was put on by Kanye West and Drake to release him. So over the years, I have heard all kinds of, benefits and things happening to release Larry Hoover. But as of right now, he is still in jail. And when he comes out, this world is going to look like the goddamn Twilight Zone to him, okay? Because I've never been to jail. And sometimes I walk outside and I'm like, I'm in the Twilight Zone. I'm in the Twilight Zone, okay? So just so everybody know, I wouldn't be surprised if he did something to go back in. Because who does that? Who does that at this late in their life? I mean, the world has been speeding by. Hold on. The world has been speeding by. Am I right? Hold on. We got NBA YoungBoy, and this is Larry Hoover back in the day when he went in, I'm guessing. He's also been asking to be released, but we all know. We have to see if what they're going to do to release him. But it looked like it's useless. The rumor is that $1 million was paid. Allegedly. To secure the pardons for individuals. You think so? You think they threw NBA YoungBoy and Larry Hoover in just as a bonus? Because who was asking for them? I mean, again, Larry Hoover, there has been a lot of people asking for Larry. I don't know anybody saying free NBA YoungBoy, though. Not one person. Come on in, everybody. Welcome to the chat. Please hit the like button. I appreciate y'all. I know I have been missing in action, but please forgive me, okay? I am back. We are talking about the craziness that is going on with this administration. I'm telling you right now, we're going to talk about that. What else does he have going on? You said, yes, allegedly. What else do we have going on that he did? Oh, he also made it so that police officers cannot be charged for any crimes. Isn't that interesting? And all of this other stuff, y'all. It's pretty shitty. It's pretty shitty what we got going on right now. But yeah, let's take these classes at Harvard. Let's do our big one as a community and take these classes at Harvard and get our certificates, okay? Let's see what else is going on. I talked about them. Let's talk about I don't know what color eyes this man got. Blue eyes, gray eyes, white eyes. They're horrible, okay? It's not House of Villains, it's Traitors. Okay, Carolyn, thank you, child. Carolyn had to put the exclamations behind it, child. I must have said the name wrong. It's Traitors, not House of Villains. Okay, so anyway, let's talk about Smokey Robinson real fast. This man, y'all know I talked to y'all maybe, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, I told y'all that there was a $50 million lawsuit that was filed in Los Angeles by 4 employees of Smokey Robinson and his wife. They said that they did all kinds of nasty, dirty, low down, grimy ass things to them, including rape, that the wife turned a blind eye, that she was actually abusive in the things that she had did to them as employees, knowing that, Smokey was going into rooms and having his way with these ladies. And they said that it went on from I think 2007 all the way to 2024. So these four ladies got together and started comparing notes and decided to file a $50 million lawsuit. Okay. Anyway, hold on. Let me see if I got something else. Oh, my bad. So I told y'all this whole story wrong. I apologize. They are here for the House of Villains season 3, not for Traitors. Damn it. I thought it was Traitors. I must have been wishing for Traitors to have a good cast. All right, never mind. I stand corrected. Thank you for correcting me on that. I apologize to y'all. But you got the answer, okay? Let's see. Faye is the reason I know Traitors. It was good. So yes, Phaedra was on Traitors. House of Villains is a completely different story. My bad. I just wishful thinking. I really like Traitors, clearly. Okay, anyway, let's talk about what Smokey Robinson has decided to do in retaliation, okay? So employees that he paid, I think 15, maybe 13, less than 13 when it was in 2007, dollars an hour, okay? $7 an hour, $13 an hour. Maybe they got a $15 an hour. Maybe they got up to that. Well, he has filed a $500 million countersuit against the 4 ex-employees, accusing them of slander, extortion, elder abuse. Smokey Robinson is 81, I believe, amid all of this SA assault allegations, including grape. Okay, so just so y'all know, he actually filed a $500 million cross complaint against the former employees who accused him of battery, false imprisonment, some of the things that P. Diddy is being accused of. And they also Smokey Robinson filed, along with his wife, Frances, the countersuit. So 500 million, y'all know they ain't got it, okay? Y'all know he ain't got it. $13, what the heck is wrong with Smokey? Yeah, he was keeping them in the Stone Ages for sure, okay? The Robinsons said they did not abuse, harm, or take advantage of anyone. They treated the plaintiffs with the utmost kindness and generosity, saying that they would give them money out of their own pocket, take them on vacations with them. They celebrated holidays together, and that they shared financial support with the accusers. They said that the women came together, talked to Smokey, asked him for $100 million before they decided to take it to court and file it for $50 million. So they said they already came to him and tried to shake him down. So that's where the extortion charge is coming from. And they said right now they've caused a media circus with all the lies, and they are not, Smokey said he's not a serial rapist. Now that's part of it. They're also accusing the women of stealing from them, filing anonymously without legal basis, along with deleting evidence that would prove that Smokey didn't do a thing, okay? I don't know. Thank you. I appreciate that, child. We all make mistakes, girl. But look, I'm happy that you corrected me, because people would have been screaming at me in the comments anyway. Anyway, long story short, Smokey is out here trying to fight for his life in his golden years, and let people know that his ex-employees, all four of them are stone-faced liars, okay? Looks like Smokey has done too much plastic surgery. Well, we shall see what happens next. So Los Angeles DA is taking the charges that the ladies filed seriously, and they are doing a formal investigation on Smokey as we speak. So they're going through and getting all the information from them. We'll see if there is charges filed in their court. Okay. Who knows? It's a possibility. I don't put anything past anyone at this point. All right. Who else do we have up? Let's talk about this guy right here. Hold on. So listen, do you guys, or have you ever heard of a YouTuber or content creator called DNOT? 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 Well, D-Not got the hell beat out of him the other day by Gene Deal at the Diddy trial. I don't know if anybody had an opportunity to see Tisa Talk. Is that her? Is that what she's called? Tisa Talks? Anyway, she is a content creator on YouTube, and she is actually in New York covering the Diddy trial. I saw a video of her trying to interview Gene Deal, who is testifying in the case, and there was a guy that was screaming behind her. Oh, okay. There was a guy screaming behind her while she's talking to Gene. She has a camera in her face and in Gene's face trying to talk to her YouTube audience with him, right? And all you hear is, why did you do that? Why did you drug this person? Why did you hit this person? So he was accusing him of basically doing some of the things that P. Diddy was doing. And Gene just looked him in the eye after he finished with Tisa Talks. He looked the dude in the eye. He said, I'm gonna talk to you after court. That's how he said it. I'm gonna talk to you after court. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. My computer got unplugged. He said, I'm gonna talk to you after court to let him know, you and me got some unfinished business. So when he comes out the court, y'all, he went outside. I guess dude, he stepped to him. Gene Deal stepped to D-Not, the content creator, the YouTuber. Yes, D-Not was hosting another CC's channel. And from what I heard, he punched the hell out of him. He knocked him out cold. Let's listen to it a little bit.
Building for a moment. We had a 10-minute recess. Here is something that not a lot of people are talking about. Gene Deal was here at the court building. I interviewed him in the elevator, and then shortly after that, he got into an altercation with a YouTuber, a friend of mine now who I know, called D-Not. D-Not was harassing him the day before, calling him all these names, calling him Uncle Phil. There's a video you can see, and apparently he punched out and knocked out D-Not yesterday to the point where they told Gene Deal not to come back for a few days. No arrests were made or anything, but I don't know. And I just saw D-Not a little bit ago trying to get into the main courtroom. And I think he was in the overflow. So I got to go talk to him. Maybe I'll get an interview for you guys, but I just wanted to drop that on you. Gene Deal knocked out YouTuber D-Not, okay?
Knocked him the hell out. And he didn't even go to jail, okay? The cops went, talked to both of them, told D-Not to go your way, told Gene Deal to go yours. Then the court, because he was testifying, they said, come back in a few days. We need this to die down. So just so y'all know, he was sitting out there antagonizing this man, like going ham. Sometimes, y'all, YouTube, but I'm a content creator on YouTube. I try not to go too far with people. I really only talk about people that that are in the public eye, that get paid to get talked about, whether people like it or not. If you are on TV, you are paid to be talked about. If you are a public figure, you are paid to be talked about. I don't talk about other YouTubers and shit like that on my channel. But he got knocked the blank out. Okay. Hold on. Someone said, I'm sick of D-Not. Yes, he is mess. He's seen, oh, you've seen the video. Okay. He's a mess and you've seen the video. Well, anyway, they said that his ass got knocked out and that basically they were just told to go their separate ways, child. Who knew? Who knew that it was getting that serious outside? There are a lot of YouTubers there, including, I said Tisa Talks. I know I saw Simone Redwine there, and a few others. So people are flying into New York, trying to take their spot in the overflow room. And look, I'm gonna have to look this brother's channel up because there's a lot of people talking about him. But I didn't know. Hey, everybody, welcome to the channel. I appreciate y'all for coming in. I abandoned y'all. Let me apologize. I abandoned y'all for a little bit. I apologize. I'm happy that you are here. Make sure y'all hit the like button, though. Hit the like button, please, and thank you. Talk to me in the chat. I love it. Too many memories of my grandma. off Smokey. Oh, really? Your grandma likes some Smokey Robinson, child? I did like the cruising song, but I liked it more after D'Angelo remade it. Come on in, come on in. Hi, Latrice. Hi, Lulu. Okay, she said we accept your apology. Thank you, child. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But anyway, I just wanted to share that particular content creator got knocked out on the court steps in front of the police, and nothing happened. Not a thing, not a thing. So yeah, that was a whole entire mess. Okay. Now let's move into some different news. Let me take this down real fast. Okay. Now, how many of y'all remember Jaguar right? Hold on. I got one more story to share for y'all. Hold on 1 second. I got that wrong, child. Let's talk about this other person. Let's talk about it. Here we go. My bad. I thought I was done. I am not. Oh, Lord. Angela Simmons. Look. Thank you. I missed y'all too. I really did. I missed y'all too. So I'm really happy to be back, child. Y'all gonna get tired of me. You're gonna get tired of me soon. Trust me. Okay, look. Let's talk about this heifer right here real fast. Listen, she know her dad is a minister. They had such a good upbringing when you was watching them on the show, Run's House. I used to think them little girls had everything, child. But when I tell you this one right here, Angela Simmons, she cannot stop putting her whole body parts on display. Every time you turn around, child. Now, I don't know if y'all can see the outline of this lady's taco. I'm gonna use what Phaedra said the other day. Child, she got this damn pair of biker shorts so far up. The rooter, the tutor, the cooter, all of it. Everything. It has to be painful. It don't even look comfortable. But she ended up posting this on her IG stories to what? To sell a damn protein bar. A protein bar. And she got dogged out so much that she had to take the video down. But not before Neighborhood Talks caught it. Okay. She said Angela Simmons responds to the backlash after posting her moose knuckle. And she said, y'all take stuff too far. No, girl, you took it too far. But people said if doing the most was a person, they started posting the comments. If doing the most was a person, another person said, girl, you've been doing the most. Delete this pic. And you know exactly which one I'm talking about. Another person said, pull them shorts down, sweetie, and thank you. And then another person, and the person who said she's doing the most, those were men. Men and women got into her chat and started cussing her out. Another person said we could have done without this third slide. So Angela got shamed into taking that picture down. But like I said, it's already in circulation. And I feel like, listen, if you want to be seen, child, we might as well talk about it. We might as well talk about it. I've never ever wore a pair of biker shorts ever. But child, this can't be the representation. Okay. Someone said Angela is always half naked. She usually is. She's a beautiful girl. And listen, I get it. You young, go ahead and show what you got. But goddamn, leave something to the imagination, child. That is hilarious. She's always been this way. You know what? She didn't start off that way. I feel like, I don't know, when she started dating rappers, maybe she kind of started showing more of herself, which again, child, you know, you only live once. When you're young, do what you do. But sometimes you got to know that this isn't not this in that damn protein bar. I'm not buying it. Nobody's buying that. Oh my goodness, that is hilarious. What did you say? Angela's giving herself a yeast infection. She's newly single and she's thirst trapping. Oh, she don't go with Gotti anymore? I thought that was the love of his life, child. I didn't know that they broke up. Well, that's news. That's news. I didn't know that. I thought they were still together, but you might be right. I mean, even when she was dating Yo Gotti, she was still showing too much of what she had. since she got out of Run's house. Since she got out of the house, if you know what I mean. Whose house? Run's house. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. Um, oh, hold on. She said, I think people should look in the mirror and leave Angela alone. I never see her talking about other people. Who is she hurting? Her crotch. That's it. It just looked painful. And listen, this is a gossip channel. We talk about the people who actually get paid to be talked about. Y'all may not think so, but Angela has a couple of million followers and she gets paid to promote that bar. So she got to do something to promote it. Unfortunately, no one wants to think about Angela's crotch and the protein bar. At least most people don't. And I have to tell you, she took it down. She took it down. She didn't say, fuck y'all, I'm keeping it up. She took it down. Okay? You have to keep that in mind. It is what it is. She gets paid to be talked about. Sometimes being talked about comes with a little bad energy too. It is what it is. Let's see. Come on in. Welcome, Monica. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. But I'm going to say, I think she did too much. I think that's way too many splits. That's 1, 2, 3. We didn't need all that. Personally. Okay. Pastor cheering. Absolutely right. I agree with that, Sherry. Pastor cheering need to put some fucking clothes on. Okay. Or at least get yourself the size you deserve. You know what I'm saying? Whatever size is 2 up from that. Okay. At least 2. At least 2. Okay. Reverend probably called her and put a word, the word of God on her. I don't think so. He has walked in on her and he just leaves with his hands up. I've seen it. Anyway, that's what's going on with her. I'm happy I was able to report it. Okay, child. And I know you are happy as well. Let's move on to the next story. We are going to talk about Jaguar right real quick. Real quick. What's up, Sharon? Come on in. So, listen, I don't know if y'all have been keeping up with Jaguar right. She was one of the first who was talking about the freak off parties. Do y'all remember that? When she had first came out and she started telling everything about the Hollywood secrets, she had a little bit of something to say about everybody. But she has been talking major since P. Diddy got picked up and, you know, people started investigating him and all kinds of stuff, right? And one of the things she kind of alluded to, at least she made us think, at least me think, because when I was listening, I was like, damn, who else is about to get picked up? It made it seem like there was, the F-offs were large orgies that was full of the rich and famous, right? Like all of these dirty, you know, no good scoundrels were in a room and they were just all taking advantage of what was going on, doing it with each other. That's at least that was the impression I got when she was talking about it. She was saying how she would walk women out of there. She made it seem like she was invited. She was a part of the parties and she would walk women out. She did get in trouble about she was talking bad about Jay-Z and Beyonce, and Jay-Z said, we'll see your ass in court because we wasn't at no damn freak offs, right? Y'all remember that? And now it seems that the F-off only consisted of Diddy, Cassie, and whoever they brought in as a third party. Like it wasn't this whole ordeal that they made it seem. And now I'm kind of curious because, you know, the public, we've been fed so much information that everybody was getting attacked. I think Chris Brown was in it. There were so many people that was brought up and in it. And now it's like, well, that's not what's being said. And I think even Cassie said it was just me and him and whoever we hired as an escort. I just wanted to clarify that because this heifer was on all kinds of shows, on official news shows talking about it. Hold on. Yes, Jay-Z shut her down. Right. I remember that. He not only did he shut her down, he had sent some sort of cease and desist to Piers Morgan and said this whole broadcast need to come down. He made him take the whole effing thing down. And Piers Morgan was like, I don't want no problems. Okay. I don't want no problems. Okay. Hold on. He said it when it was, okay, he said it, but when it's court, Jay-Z is lying. Okay, so It's Me says she still believes that Jay-Z was very much a part of it. I'm just saying the official description of it made it seem like it was just a bunch of Hollywood elite music people, all these people together, and that, you didn't know which end you was going to get it in. You know what I'm saying? An eye, an ear, the mouth, the A, the whatever. It just seemed like everybody just was looking for a hole to put it. And now it's not even that. And I just wanted to say how easy it is to get duped into believing some shit that ain't real. You know what I'm saying? That is all. This lady had that type of influence. She wasn't the only one, but other people were saying things after she started, people were adding to it. They didn't put TD Jakes in it, child. There was so much that went out there. There was so much that went out there that had us all thinking everybody was in it. And it turns out, no. The police and the media alluded to it as well. Yes. Listen, it was on CNN. Suge Knight got up there and talked about it. Ray J and Khan, CNN with his dumb ass going on talking about, I know something about it. We should just forgive and forget. Like everybody kept adding to this story. And all I'm saying is, because now that I'm into this trial and reading things about it, I'm thinking about all the shit that I was believing, or at least thinking this is real stuff. Okay, this is some real stuff that was going on. And all of these people are going to be taken down, and people was praying, and oh my God, our black men is going to go down. There was so much, and that's not even it. That was not it. And the news and everybody let people think it, but if you're not paying attention, you can be taken for a damn ride, child. Let's see. Hello, Diana. I'm glad you're back. Glad to be back. Thank you, Miss Lady. I miss you too. Now, somebody had to be there because everyone seemed to know about it. Somebody had to be there. Maybe not recently, but through the years. Well, we shall see. But I thought Cassie's testimony was it was her, him, she would orchestrate it because that's what he wanted her to do. He basically kept his hands clean. They would go on Craigslist or some other website called Backdoor or something like that, and she would call over these partners. And then after they got to know him for a while, that's how, they get the personal number or whatever the case may be. And they would go into different cities and have them. But it's not the way they said it. At least not right now. So I don't know if more stories are going to come out. Who else did they say was in it? I mean, what's his name? Albie Shore alluded to it being like a whole thing. I'm just saying, don't get taken for a ride. We watch this stuff on social media, and sometimes we be like, oh my God, this, it's so crazy. It got to be true. Trust me. Jag have been on people and herself for a long time. Who was ordering a partner on Craigslist? They were. Okay, Clone, where have you been, child? This has all come out. They were ordering on Craigslist and Backdoor. And I heard a long time ago, I knew that Backdoor was a place that people did that stuff. I didn't know Craigslist was. But I guess it's anywhere, child. Jaguar's son said that she was seeking attention because her career didn't take off the way she wanted. Okay. Well, is she in jail now? Because I knew the Texas police officers, they had a warrant for her arrest a little while ago. So she might not even be out anymore. Well, no, that's not true because she did do Piers Morgan. So who knows? They had lifestyle parties, but the F-offs were something different. Got it. So see, Talking Shit with Shayna. Hi, Talking Shit with Shayna. I believe that you are another YouTuber. So you guys, if you are in the chat, I appreciate any YouTuber who comes over. Go on ahead, child. Follow her. I'm sure that she is amazing. I appreciate you. I saw you, I think, on Marcella's channel. So welcome over. I love to see new folks. She's been out since the Texas arrest. Okay. So listen, Talking Ish with Shayna said that they had lifestyle parties as well, but the F-offs were something completely different. It's just that when you heard the word F-off, you thought Mary J. Blige and all kinds of people was sacrificing people to bring people in there. That's all I'm saying. I was just like, at the end of the day, there's a whole lot of lies that went down, and people just let that shit ride because, you know, the court case is going to put the truth out there. Oh, you were reading Mildred's book. Okay. Mildred has a racy book out there. Okay. I know who you are now. So I did go to your channel because I wanted to hear you read the I wanted to see you read the book. I was looking it up. So yes, okay. I've been to your channel before. Okay, ladies, listen. If y'all want a good time, if y'all, ladies, men, whoever, it doesn't matter. If y'all want to be entertained, Talking Shit with Shayna has she has been reading a very racy book over there by one of the subscribers by the name of Mildred, who has been in my chat before. And yes, she has published herself a little book, child. It's along the lines of All the Queen's Men. Okay. So it's along the lines of All the Queen's Men, lots of racy action, if you're interested. I don't know. But yeah, that's funny. Okay. I'm happy that I was able to figure that out. Thank you for the clue, child, because I did not know. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to put that out there because, listen, again, people get a little piece of the story. We all ran with it. But as of right now, the F-offs does not contain all of Hollywood, child. Because I even was like, why is Denzel Washington becoming an ordained minister and talk about he used to be on drugs and he was an alcoholic and all kinds of stuff? I was like, that's stuff I never needed to know. Never needed to know. And I thought that maybe some horrible thing was going to come out about him, and that's the reason why he was putting it out there. But looks like he just wanted to get his life right, child. So that's not true. And Denzel actually is in a new movie with who? It's a Spike Lee movie. I don't know who else is in it. Clone, if you remember, put it in the chat. But I do know this. I know that they said it got an 8-minute standing ovation in Cannes. The movie was just aired there, got an 8-minute standing ovation. So I think that's amazing. So I will definitely be watching that. Okay. All right, y'all, let's get to the next story. Well, listen, let's talk a little bit more about P. Diddy. Hold on. Let me get the next story up. P. Diddy. So P. Diddy had an interesting time in court today, mainly because he attempted to get the trial, to get the case moved for a mistrial. They tried to ask for a mistrial after some testimony, some questions was asked that the defense team thought was going to prejudice the jury. So they said, listen, we need you to go on ahead and call this a mistrial. There's no way that P. Diddy is going to get a fair trial right now. Apparently something was asked along the lines, this was of I think a investigator or FBI, something like that. They asked him about fingerprints, and the guy on the stand, the witness said, listen, we didn't have any fingerprints. They went missing or something to that nature. And all I remember was, you think he would get a pardon? You think who would get a pardon? You think that if P. Diddy went to jail, he would get a pardon? Because I did ask y'all if y'all thought that was the poll. I said, do you think that Diddy can win? And the answers or the options were, yes, I'm not convinced it's a RICO so far. Second option, clink, clink, see you next lifetime. 59% of y'all said clink, clink, see you next lifetime. Y'all think that he is going to get life in jail, life in prison. Who's going to pardon him? That's wishful thinking, clone. Erica said that I think Diddy will walk. Interesting. So what has happened so far is there has been a lady by the name of Capricorn Clark. Everybody have heard her name before. Very unique name. Clink, clink. See you tomorrow. Girl, goodbye. um, Capricorn Clark did her big one. And for the first time, people said that's when they thought it is curtains for P. Diddy. She got up there. She said she was kidnapped. She gave information about how it all happened. It was all surrounding Kid Cudi, Cleveland's own. I love Kid Cudi when he first came out. I played his first CD nonstop. Okay. But yeah, she got up there and said, listen, I was working for this man. It was, all above board, business only. We never had any kind of relationship. I was good, good friends with Cassie. I tried to protect her when I saw, because she saw him beat her up and do other things to her. She tried to warn her when she knew that he was out with Kid Cudi, even gave her a burner phone and said, you need to do all of your, side nigga business on this burner phone and not on a phone that he can track. Like Capricorn tried to keep Cassie safe, and then she ended up, not being safe herself. They kidnapped her, took her to Cudi's house. She thought that they were going to unalive Cudi. So she was trying to warn people and all that shit. We know that. The other thing that she did was they thought that she stole jewelry. They had kidnapped her, put her inside of a dilapidated warehouse, had her tied up to a lie detector machine for 5 days, told her they were going to throw her in the river if they, found out that she did anything to him, stole his jewelry. So there was a whole lot of stuff that she shared that definitely will put him behind bars right now, today, if the trial ended. And if the jury believed her, right? She said that she did get beat up. She ended up, couldn't find a job with anybody after she left Diddy. She said she was blackballed in the industry, lost her houses, her cars, couldn't take care of her son, ended up going back to work for Diddy. This is how the psychology work when people are abused. She had to go back and work for Diddy just so she can show people outside that she was worthy. And then she ended up getting a job. And I forgot who it was with. I think it was with Suge Knight. There was a whole bunch of people underneath that roster, including 50 Cent. There was a guy by the name of Chris Lighty. Anyway, after she got a job with Chris Lighty, I think the day she was supposed to work for him, he ended up being found unalived. And they said it was self-inflicted. However, everybody else thought Diddy had something to do with this. So we shall see. Right now, there's a whole lot of conversation about this guy, Chris Lighty. And people are saying that, do I think that she's still in love with Diddy? Yikes. Tell me what you mean by that, Erica, because I didn't know she was in love with Diddy. I thought that she was just trying to figure things out. Tell me what you mean by that. I definitely think that Diddy was on demon time. Whether he'll pay in this life or the afterlife remains to be seen. Case against him looks pretty shaky in your opinion. Okay, we got a couple of weeks left. Cassie, I believe she has had her baby, or at least she went in for labor. She is $30 million richer, minus whatever the lawyer fees are, but she's never going to see this man again. And right now they are trying to figure out how to steal all of his wealth. They said that he's making like 20 million a day on some jet that he owns, some business that he owns with a jet. And the government has swooped in to basically freeze all of his assets. They're not going to let him make any money. So his kids are fighting for his legacy so that they can have something, right? Because they feel like that belongs to them. But the government is looking to take every damn dime. 50 Cent had or said that they should investigate the gift. He was convinced that Diddy did it. Yeah, 50 Cent was the main one out there talking about it. And he's still talking about it. Y'all know 50 Cent does not like Diddy at all. And that actually came up in trial today, the whole 50 Cent piece. So we shall see. They did ask for a mistrial. The judge said absolutely not. That even though the question was asked, they said it wasn't answered. And so they will strike it from the record, but they're not going to give a mistrial. They also asked for that the psychologist, her name is Dawn Hughes, she came in to talk about, the effects of abuse on victims and things like that, how they're financially depleted and all of those things, and how often they have to stay with their abusers. She came and talked about it. Oh, she did have her baby. Congratulations to Cassie. She had her baby today. Was it a girl or a boy, did they say? They tried to get that testimony thrown out, and the judge said, no, that's going to stay in as well. So we shall see. We shall see. I'm going to say this. It was a boy. Okay. Congratulations to Cassie on her baby boy. Not sure. Okay. I will say this, just because I've been listening to a lot. Now, I know if you are not a YouTuber who have been attacked online, or if you sometimes people are attacked online without being a YouTuber, but a lot of the stuff that I'm listening to, some of the tactics that he would do to F with people's mental, that is some of the same tactics that people do on YouTube. I kid you not. When people hire troll farms, or when bloggers that are bigger than a smaller blogger, send their people after someone, it is a 24/7 cycle of attacks where people are abusing, saying things. And it doesn't just happen on YouTube, because sometimes y'all will see us like flip out because someone will say a comment and you're like, it's one comment, what's the big deal? It's not the one comment, it's a whole bunch of comments. It's 24/7 comments, and they just happen to get in your comment section when you go live as well. But usually when people flip out, it's because they're at their wits' end, because it's been happening to them nonstop for weeks or months or whatever the case may be. I remember getting attacked for the first time. I didn't even know what the shit was, because the people I was following and watching on YouTube, the people I really liked, I never saw them get attacked by anybody. But I think it was Memorial Day, or around Memorial Day of 2022. That was one of the worst things that I had ever experienced in my life. This is true. YouTube is a breeding ground for that type of behavior. Yeah, all I can say is when I'm listening to this, I'm saying, I thought this is so much like what happens to us with P. Diddy. It is that abusive. It is that abusive. I swear to God. I swear to God. And if you guys pay attention to other sectors and some of the other stuff that goes on, even though this sector, I didn't even know I was in it, but even though this one is pretty crazy, okay? They do all kinds of nasty things. They try to make people kill themselves. In fact, I thought I saw something similar to that in the Love and Marriage Huntsville sector, where someone was trying to make a person kill themselves. I know I'm not even supposed to say unalive themselves, but I did see that here. I lost my whole channel. This is my new one. Had to start over. YouTube is a crazy place. Yeah, so I was actually, because I have been through the other side and I'm still here. I'm still here. Okay, I may be black, I may be ugly, but I'm still here. Okay, since I am still here, I was actually going to talk about, or try to teach classes to people who find themselves in the attack mode of YouTube, because people think, oh, just go to the police or just do this. I've talked to authorities, I've talked to lawyers, I've talked to a couple of people, and it's not that easy. It's not that easy, especially when you're on a public platform. You're talking to people, they give you like some things to do. YouTube simply tells you to go to the police. They'll say, go ahead and go to the police. They actually they'll send you a whole letter telling you to go to the police. But yeah, just so y'all know, when you see people flipping out on their channels, it's not because they got one little comment. It's because they have been berated with comments over and over and over and over again, and it's gotten into their head, and it affects you. It affects you, okay? But yeah, this is what's going on. That if y'all listen to any of the Diddy trial and you hear how abusive it is and how the psychological warfare, that is very much the same that is happening on YouTube. And all we do is talk about TV shows. Well, at least that's what I do. I don't really do a whole lot, the hot topics, but not much more than that. The new young Twitcher streamers also are doing it too. If you start a beef, they start, yeah. Now, this is a thing I've heard about the Twitchers and stuff. They'll send a whole group of people to come after one person, and it becomes such a problem. They can't handle it. Their psyche cannot handle it, that they unalive themselves. I feel like at least 2 a month are unalived. They will take their lives, okay? At least 2 a month. And I'm not kidding. Black YouTubers, white YouTubers, a whole bunch of people. And they'll post it, sometimes it'll make, mainstream social, like Shade Room or something like that. You have to have more than thick skin. You got to have a strong mind. You have to have a strong mind. It's poison, and I'm not even making this up. I swear to you, on my mom, my dad, my grandparents, everything that I love. It's when I was listening to these stories, I was like, this is exactly the same. So just know, when you guys sometimes get orders from some other YouTuber telling y'all to do X, Y, and Z, or lying out of their ass like they know something and telling y'all stuff that they don't know, okay? Like the lie that was told on me about working for Carlos King. I don't work for no fucking Carlos King. That type of stuff, that's dirty work, and they know exactly what they're doing. They actually come from the beef sector, so it's a game they play. It's a game they play to take an audience that we share and force that audience not to follow you. Okay, so that audience becomes fearful of following you because you're in an abusive relationship too. Whether you want to believe it or not, you're in an abusive relationship too, because you're afraid to go against them, or they will tell you you're not allowed in their chat, or somebody who's watching will say, I saw her over in DYANAROZAY's chat, and then they'll go over and they'll tell on them, and then they'll get in trouble. Imagine being at home paying your $100 and something Wi-Fi and can't go where you want to in your home with your mouse. Okay, you can't hit your button, child. Imagine that. But again, this I said, oh my God, teach, Dyana. I'm just saying, I want y'all to know you're being abused when someone tells you what you cannot do in your house on your phone. Okay, that's abuse, and especially if you're doing it. So Hallie B is a victim of that type of abuse from streamers. Correct. What's her boyfriend name? D something. Yes, those streamers came after her hard. They came after her hard, and she's a mom, right? And that's something that Cardi B was talking about when she was talking about Tasha K. I'm being attacked. People think that I have a disease and I didn't know how to take it. That was some of the stuff she was saying. I know I didn't have it, but hell, I'm thinking maybe I do. I don't know. That is how it plays out in your head. And you have to know when to turn off your computer and, really like come back to yourself. DDG. Okay, thank you. So Hallie B's baby daddy is DDG, and he's sitting over there. He didn't say don't go after my baby mama. He knew what the hell they were doing, and those people attacked the hell out of that girl. People were told they better not be seen in your chat. Okay, see, I did not know that. I mean, I did go over to your channel. I did do that to listen to you read that book one day, but I hadn't followed you for any length of time. But this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. I don't know you that well. I don't know you at all, really. I'm not trying to be funny, but I did see you on someone's channel, and I just consider you a fellow content creator. But trust me, by the time this whole thing is done, somebody is going to have you and I tied together, child, for whatever crazy reason, and saying something crazy, because that's what happens. It's just people get stuff in their mind, and mostly, just to be honest, it is another YouTuber or content creator who drives it there. Okay, I don't do that on my channel. I don't believe in it. I think it's nasty work, and I know what it's meant to do. So I don't do that. So just an FYI. Anyway, let's lighten it up, because I really didn't mean for it to go this far. But I did want to share with y'all, if you want a YouTube channel, just be prepared, especially be prepared if you wanted to talk about Love and Mayor Huntsville, because that's for as much as people say, it's not that bad. It's horrible. I saw a young lady who has had a channel before Love and Mayor Huntsville, and she has quit the sector at least 4 times. The last time she quit, I think it was Monday or Tuesday. She quits every other day, child, because it is hard. It is hard on her. She has a child and everything. They will light her ass up, child. And it's driven by other content creators. Come on in. Welcome. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about the last story, child. Let's talk about the last story. Listen, Clone is laughing, but Clone knows. Clone has had some things. This is my sister. Clone has had some things happen to her. She did not ask for that. She was helping me on my channel, and she ended up getting attacked. People are dirty. Anyway, let's talk about this fool right here. I appreciate you too, Sherry. Thank you. I appreciate all of y'all, actually, and I'm sorry for anybody who's going through that shit, because it's dirty work. There's no other way to explain it. It's dirty. It's dirty, but I understand it. I've been in it since 2022. It comes and goes. I had an incident that happened just Monday of all things, and I wasn't even online on Monday, okay? That's how ignorant people are. But anyway, Martell Holt. So y'all know that I think they actually finished or wrapped up filming not too long ago. I feel like maybe it was a month ago they wrapped up filming. At least that's what Tisha come out and said. We wrapped it up, and then she was talking about how good the season's gonna be, whatever. And she said that they were going to do their promo pics and I guess some other promotion. So I don't know when it plans on starting, but that's what she didn't say. That she just said that they were doing their promo. Then the other day, her mother did a interview, and she also said that, it's coming back and stuff like that, right? She said some other stuff, but I'm not going to have a conversation about Wanda. I am going to talk about Martell, though, because Martell is a part of next season, and a lot of people were wondering if he would be returning, because the Scotts had initially said they wouldn't film with Martell. I know Marcel had actually did a live with Tisha, and the two of them talked about how they were in therapy and how the comment section got to them. She said, I know people don't want to believe, I used to think that the comment section, I was stronger than the comment section, but he said the comment section got to him. The comment section got to him, and him and Tisha was on their way down to the damn coat house, and Tisha had gave him the business, said what she was going to take, the kids, the cars, bedrock, all of it, okay? And Marcel, who was very much against therapy, because we've been watching through the years, Marcel was like, Tisha, I'm not doing no damn therapy, okay? Marcel sat on his sword, okay? He had to sit on his sword and tell the people that he was in therapy with Tisha. Him and Tisha were actually doing counseling. And I actually reported on that. I said, that's a big deal coming from Marcel, because damn it, he did not like Dr. Francis, child. When Dr. Francis came in, he said, under no circumstances, Tisha, will we be watching or going to visit Dr. Francis because he said he didn't know shit about them. Okay. Who is going to film with Martell? Well, I'm about to tell you who's about to film with Martell. No one talks to him. The last one standing was Destiny. Well, she might film with him. She's filmed with him in the past. But if Martell does not have the connections with his friends, because Marceau called Martell a step and fetching. He said Martell coons for the camera, and he said that he wasn't gonna do any of the shit or fall into Martell's trap, right? But he is a little bit, because that girl that Martell and Ariane had brought onto YouTube and said that Marceau and Tisha, please recycle storyline. Do you think that's recycled? Because listen, nobody has ever, the people that watch the show, they would never get off of Marceau's ass about him cheating, right? And then him and Kiki fell out, and Kiki started saying all kinds of business, and people were like, Kiki said it's true. Nobody would let Marceau live. Now that girl that Martell and Ariane had brought onto YouTube to say she had an affair with Marceau back when he was at the movie theater, child, which sounds like Ho Central, okay? It sounds like that's where everybody went to go out. Apparently Wanda is going to be the one to address it. So who knows? Thank you, Cheryl the Pearl. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. Please like, subscribe, tap the notification bell. I appreciate that. Remember to follow me on all media platforms. Correct. Well, if the only person you've seen them in therapy. Now I'm going to say this, Unique. I love you to pieces, okay? But I only remember Marceau going to therapy one time with Dr. Francis. It was a good time, because when he went, that was when we found out he went to Tanzania, and he said it was just spur of the moment. It was just something that, he popped out of his head. And then he got so angry at Tisha for saying that she was, a single mama or whatever. She felt like she doesn't get what she needs out of him, that he walked out of therapy. And then Tisha ended up sitting around for, maybe she was there before Marceau actually came in. I think that's what happened. So she was there before, and that's when we heard Dr. Francis tell Tisha, Marceau is playing you. Like, going to Africa isn't something that's just spontaneous. Just, you got to plan for it. You got to get, shots or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's things you got to do. And I enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. Okay. I realized that we're watching somebody else's shit, their pain. And, everybody got something, but I really liked that he helped her walk through that. Like, girl, you got to do this, 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 and this. Now, we know he did that. And when Tisha walked out of there, Marceau said, don't ever bring me to any shit like this again. So he was dead set against it. We never saw them do it again until they did the group therapy session. And that time they had Tiffany and Lewis and both of the Scotts, the Scott 1 and 2 was there. And even then, Marceau was not receptive. He didn't want to be there. He actually told Dr. Francis to stay out of his business. Like, he tried to clown Dr. Francis at the end. So if Marceau is in real life in therapy, I don't know if that'll be a storyline, because he said he didn't think they were going to film it. He said that I don't think this is going to be filmed. And Tisha ended up saying, well, I think it's something that we should talk about. And he was like, who gives a shit? But if they're in therapy as a couple with no cameras, I think that's good. I think that's good for them. If Marceau admits to cheating, those other brothers may have to come clean too. You may be right. Didn't Kimmy? I was so shocked, but did not Kimmy say, I don't put anything past him, whereas before, I think she said something like, I can't rule it out, or I can't put anything past him, when Kimmy was very diehard. No, he's not cheating. No, I trust him. And then she said that, and then he went, well, I guess I can't put anything past you either. I don't know. I think that there was something definitely going on with Kimmy and Maurice where she had to say something. Y'all remember that. Okay. Anyway, long story short, I said we know that Destiny might film with Martell, but Martell is probably most likely going to film with his baby mama Ariane as well. She probably has a spot on that show. I saw where it said, oh, Loretta said that Trump would pardon Diddy, that she saw that someplace. Because y'all know Ariane has been quiet ever since, she got exposed for telling all of Martell's business, all of Martell and Melody's business again, again, right? She got called out for doing that. But child, she ended up making a post today that I think all of us could have, we didn't have to see it, you know what I'm saying? But she posted her child. I do have a blur on his face because he is not a public figure to me, okay? But she ended up posting it and saying, "My handsome son, we just got back from Florida, and the sheriff gave him that badge. He wants to wear it every day, LOL." So she is making it seem like she is out there. I feel like maybe she is kind of teasing that her and Martell have next on the show, that they are going to be, filming some scenes together, trying to warm the audience up to seeing her and Martell as a family unit. Or because she did say that her and Martell aren't a couple. Well, we all know that, at least Martell has an open relationship. Okay. He's not totally devoted to Ariane. But we shall see. It'll probably show him more as a father and maybe some of them together, even if they don't want to say that they are in a romantic relationship, because Martell and Ariane cannot live together. So that is the biggest thing. Martell and Ariane can't live together under those court orders that was read on everybody's damn platform except for mine, child. But they did say that he had to have permission. Okay. No overnight guests. So their son can stay the night with them, with Martell, but she's not allowed to stay the night with Martell when Martell has his children. So every other week, I guess she might be able to stay the night, but not when the Eminem kids are there. And don't come for me about those Eminem kids. Okay? Don't come for me don't call them the Eminem kids, because Melody called them the Eminem kids. They sent their mama flowers and they said, "Love the Eminem kids." Their grandmother, Vanessa, called them the Eminem kids. So y'all gonna have to jump off of that. It is what it is, okay? Let's see. Maurice is not cheating, especially because Kimmy almost wasn't here anymore. I understand, Harriet. Let's hope that, they talk about it. It's Me said, "I dislike that show now." Sherry said their son is really growing. Yeah, he's getting bigger, child. That's what you're supposed to do. If you're doing it right, you get bigger, you grow up. So yeah, I think that this is just a little warm up, a little teaser to see how receptive people are. And yeah, showing the baby. I really missed you. Aw, thank you, Loretta. I appreciate y'all. I really do. Now I need everybody to remember this. Okay. Remember all of this, how you miss me and stuff. Don't start saying, "Okay, Diana, we've been seeing too much of you now." Don't come for me. I'm talking about you been seeing too much. But yeah, that's it, y'all. That's the news. Let me see. Y'all got anything else y'all want to share in the comments before we wrap this up? We've been on for a while. Okay. And get my little shirt on. I felt so cute today. I was walking out and somebody drove by. These ladies drove by. And they was like, "You look so cute." I was like, "Oh, thank you." I had my little shirt on. Did you hear about Martell's car accident? So I did hear about it, but I wasn't able to confirm it on anything. And then someone told me that the story was retracted, but there was something out there about there being a car accident and that it was really bad, but no one confirmed it. I wasn't able to find it anyplace else. I did see that Trisha's son, I had talked about that he was in a bad car accident and things, when she posted a picture of him, she was talking about how, it scared the bejesus out of her, that the car had flipped 4 times, I think. But he is up and walking, child. He looks amazing. He looked like he's never been in a car accident. So good for him. Good for him. So that's it. I'm happy that these young people, they can recover like that, child. Recover and get out there and still live their lives, which is all we want. Get older and, have babies of your own. Okay. So that's it, y'all. We will get to talk again tomorrow. Okay. You can definitely count on that. Okay. He's an ATL. Everybody looks great. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say. Martell is on the show. He is filming. Possibly, I shouldn't even say possibly. He doesn't have anybody to film with. Last season, I think he was only filming with Destiny until they had the wedding scene, because he wasn't allowed after he got into that altercation with Marceau. But that's it. Thank you, Lady D Keys. So I am going to wrap this up, you guys. I appreciate every single one of y'all who came over to support me. Okay, I hope I shared some stuff that y'all can use. Okay, I hope I shared some things that you could use. Make sure you go home and you tell your family Harvard is giving away free classes, an Ivy League school. Free classes, and I want to make sure that y'all take them. Okay, a good majority of y'all. I'm going to take them, and I am going to talk about them. And that's it. All right. So y'all know the drill, right? Hit the like button, share the video, follow me on all my platforms at DYANAROZAY. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, and I will check you on the next one.